Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day, maybe for you ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are back with some more Rimworld Odyssey number 3. Now, I apologize, I didn't have number 2 up last week. I had some rather sad stuff happen to me, and kind of distracted me from being able to get anything else done, but I do have that video ready to go. I just need to edit it and then post it, and I'll have all my thoughts in there. But anyways, this time around, we are covering the animals. Over 40 new animals, additional ways to train pets, and quests around legendary beasts. Okay, that definitely explains why we never got a quest expanded for that yet, because, well, we're getting it here. So let's look at a few favorites. We have crows, flamingos, herons, macaws, quails, birds that murder, essentially. Murders of man-hunting crows may descend upon your colony. Fun fact, that's what a group of crows is called. It's a murder of crows. Makes sense. Pink flamingos wade through warm waters. Colorful macaws. You guys, I'm pretty sure are Canadian. Why didn't you spell that with the U there? I thought this was a Canadian studio. I could be wrong, but I thought this was Canadian. Sorry, I'm being nitpicky. Colorful macaws flap through the jungle canopy, and chubby quails make a great snack for your colonists. Fun fact, our artists taking the 4 frames per filer, roughly 400 unique frames of flying. Ouch to whoever did that, but thank you for that. I think I know who did that, but... Okay, so that's some of the birds here. We've got our crow, the quail, the macaw, and the flamingo. Porcupine, cute and prickly, but try fighting one. Your colonists will end up with a face full of quills. Porcupine quills, yep, there he is there. Boghounds, these tough puppies descended from domesticated dogs, but they've adapted to harsh toxic conditions and are no longer accustomed to human company. Scavengers travel in packs, so attacking one is attacking them all. Oh, that's good. I guess we'll see them in toxic biomes, toxic places now. That's fantastic. And probably polluted areas too, I would hope. So, very nice to see that they're adding on to that with a little bit. I'm hoping it's a bit of an add-on for biotech. Colossal toads, the first frogs in Rimworld. Chunky, swamp-dwelling amphibian. Yeah, they do look like they're pretty big toads. Otters, walruses, sea lions, sea turtles, seals. These aquatic friends are found along ocean coastlines. They tend to stick close to the water and not bother anyone, but hunters target them often due to their gentle, unsuspecting nature. Interesting. Nice that we're getting some of these animals in. Fun fact, I have rarely encountered any based creatures because I never really play on tiles that border the sea. So having these guys show up in base game might, as well as having an expansion, and DLC revolving around expeditions and flying around, traversing the world, definitely will make it a lot easier. Go around and collect and get all these different animals. Definitely is going to be making my what is it? City Builders. There we go. It's going to make my City Builders series a lot more interesting, to say the least. I'm actually quite excited to get back to that one too once the new DLC released. It's going to be the first modded series. I think that it's going to be the mega modded series that I plan on doing for all of 1.6's time. The royalty song? Interesting. Go to the next one. There we go. I definitely got to mess around with the audio after this video, but... Mastodons, scimitar cats, great wolves, prehistoric megafauna that roam the glacier plains. These massive beasts make excellent companions, but they also make excellent fur parkas. I hope these guys drop like mastodon, like specialized stuff. So mastodon tusks, maybe scimitar, their fangs, their teeth, and I don't know, for diet for the great wolves. Maybe excuse me. Maybe they drop, I don't know, claws. Lava snails, one of the few creatures adapted to the extreme heat of the lava fields. They're big, slimy, slow-moving, and often farmed for food. Cool. Hippos. Enormous semi-aquatic mammals that you do not want to mess with. Their powerful jaws can crush through armor and bones to keep your distance. Yeah, hippos are scary. What royal bird was this? Oh, I forget the bird. Peacock. There we go. There we go. This is a peacock right here. Nice to see that being added in. Curious how some of the animals expanded is going to play in, because we're seeing, excuse me, some of them like the peacock and the quail have been added in, and they had special abilities in Vanilla Animals Expanded Royal Animals. So I'm curious to see if that translates over into this, or maybe they completely rework. I'm not sure. Oh, excuse me. Hermit crabs, stone crabs. These little guys crawl across coastal beaches on islands and archipelagos. They walk sideways too. Pursuing quests lead you to rare creatures. Rumors speak of the legendary Alpha Thrumbo, bigger, faster, and stronger than any Thrumbo. And you've received a tip. One has been spotted roaming in the wilderness with its herd. If you're quick, you might be able to capture it. Were you attempt to tame and claim it as a majestic ally, or hunt it down and harvest its priceless horn? Yep, probably a black ivory horn, if I had to guess. Also, it looks like the shuttles here have gotten a retexture, which is pretty cool. And then there's the Hive Queen. Deep underground insect hives can merge, creating a single bloated matriarch. Use sludge and lays egg sacs with which hatch thriving acid-spitting larvae. Cool. She's defended by her spawn, including the flying locusts. Ah, nice. I guess maybe this is where some of the insects from Insectoids 2 come into play, because they have an acid-spitting and a flying type insectoid. So, that's quite neat. Those who dare to venture into her lair can put her down or attempt to tame the bee. You can tame this thing? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy that you can tame this. And a little nerve-wracking. Oh, you can grow your own insectoid hive from them. That is cool. That is very cool. Anyways, new ways to tame animals. Odessey expands how animals can help around your colony. Many creatures can be tamed to do tasks around the base. Fluffy cat or panda can be trained to comfort colonists. They'll nuzzle more often and give a bigger mood bonus. Because really, that would make anyone. Yeah, it would. Yeah, my dog sometimes tries to nuzzle us. It's nice. She also tends to rub her nose on my pants after work, which, they're dirty, so I try to get her not to do that and get dirt in her nose, because she does tend to smell a bit. It happens. Anyways, pigs and raccoons can learn to forage, sniffing out treats like berries from bushes, and we're also going to get truffles as well. Creatures with claws like Megasloths and Megavoles can be taught to dig and slowly chip away at spots you marked for mining. Nice. Predators like wolves, bears, and big cats can be trained to attack specific targets. Pick your tigers on the raiders tries to kidnap your wife. Looks like that's maybe what was attempted to be happening here. Train mastodons or elephants to use War Trumpet, a bellowing roar ability that disorients your foes, making them slow and clumsy. The Alpha Thrumbo has a similar terror roar that causes enemies to break and panic. yeah, I would kind of figure that a creature like that would probably have a unique ability. What sounds like the Megavole, which was mentioned up here, is another. Well, it's in the megafauna. I wonder what other creatures they have. I said it's a rare creature. So, and I get the Alpha Thrombo, but I wonder what else would be considered a rare creature. That would be interesting to see. If you're bold enough to tame the Hive Queen, she can be used to lay her eggs on command, launching acidic sludge and birthing offensive larvae. It's disgusting and incredible. Of course, not every creature is smart enough to be trained. For example, alligators, reptile brains are too simple. But with Sentience Catalyst, you can inject ultra tech mechanides into any animal to increase intelligence and trainability. Suddenly, your alligators become a distinguished loyal bodyguard. I remember that alligator is not about to go research. I know that, but I remember at some point, I forget where I've seen it from, but there was this dude that was best, like, he had an alligator as a pet companion, which was really cool. Not everybody can do that, granted, and this definitely was a place in Australia, but that's kind of neat when you think about it. I guess that could be a nice little call to that. Fishing. Cast your line and catch your next meal from rivers, oceans, or gaps in frozen lakes. Fishing is a reliable way to feed a colony, available year-round when crops are frozen and wildlife is scarce. It's safer than hunting, as long as the fish don't nip your colonist's fingers. I guess they could probably do that. Different waters have different fish. Reel in big marlin and tuna from the ocean, freshwater salmon and bass from lakes, and piranhas from tropical rivers. Lucky fishermen may pull up unusual catches like treasure, drugs, bionic limbs, and other surprises. Okay, so just fishing expanded from the vanilla expanded team added in. Skilled fishermen are faster and catch more, but fish responsibly. Overfishing could empty your only lake, and if gill rot, a parasitic fungus, hits the water, your food supply could vanish overnight. Smart colonists have other options as backup, like crops or pemmican or wild game. Alright, that's a little more in-depth. I'll give them that. That's cool. Oh, look, it's the walrus down here. Colonists can now... Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like a hot spring here. Build a sleepy lakeside village, with a shanty dock over the water and feed your colonists and pets fresh catches. Trade fish for supplies with passing caravans. Use it as a protein source to cook higher quality meals. You will also occasionally see animals like penguins, otters, and grizzlies fishing for themselves when they get hungry. I'm guessing those three animals in particular, you could probably train to do that for your colonies. So I like that. This DLC, again, I think this might even be better than biotech at this point. I'm just coming on paper, this seems much better than biotech. Just calling it right now. So, if you guys were waiting on a DLC to purchase, I would highly recommend purchasing Odessey just based on that. Well, granted, we'll have to playtest this, but... Well, playtest Odessey and see what it's all about. But is really sounding like it's probably going to be up there alongside biotech and possibly surpassing it. Fantastic. Indeed. But fish aren't the only ones in the water. Colonists can now swim for fun. They wade into jungle pools, marshy ponds, and hot springs to relax. Some Odessey animals swim too, each with unique visuals as they paddle around. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy Odessey. And I do kind of feel bad because the next DLC after this is going to look kind of bad in comparison to Odessey just because of how much is... And I know it's crazy to think about. Is that a chem fuel tree? Is that a chem fuel tree? What is that? That has to be a chem fuel tree. No, wait, no, it was that, oh, what was that tree called? Shoot, that's probably that, a unique tree that... Anyways, Thanks for reading Only One More Week. Yep, on July 11th, and I've already got that planned in my schedule, or schedule for those who prefer it that way, as a day that I am going to live stream. So, I'm going to be live streaming my first bit of Odessey and then making episodes based on how far I get in Odessey. We'll be starting with a brand new scenario and going from there. I might want to make a live stream announcement for that. It'll be here on YouTube, though I might see if I can also back it onto Twitch as well. Try to go 2 different places, if possible. So, yeah, next week's final preview is some of the new quests, the Mech Hive endgame, and other miscellaneous bits that have gotten added in. So, yes, I am very excited. The fact that they're adding in a bunch of new ways to interact with animals and new abilities for them is pretty awesome, including some new quests related. I hope these 2 aren't the only quests related to it. It says they're rare creatures and mentions Alpha Thrumpo and Hive Queen. I'm hoping that there is a couple more of them out there. That would be nice, though something tells me it's probably not going to. That's not going to be the case. Regardless, I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited and happy at what we're seeing here. This is gonna breathe just another fresh breath of life into the game, and I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. I'm sure I'll have preview number 2 posted, so if you want to go take a quick look at that after you guys are done with this to see my take on it, then by all means. It's going over grav ships in space, and I think I said it quite a bit in there, that it just kind of reminds me a bit of more Factorio than that. But this doesn't. This just seems like a nice fresh breath. I'm so excited for this DLC. I'm not sure if that's coming off across as me being excited, but I'm pumped. I cannot wait to get my hands on this DLC and start playing. But Rimworld's looking like a very bright future. And I do hope that the devs do put the game on sale for people to... I don't know. I think they did that last time around, and with Biotech, so having it go on sale when Odessey is released would be... I think it's a good good way to get people into the game. Personally, I would like to see a bit of a sale go on, like the bundle of DLCs that was already released. I think, they're about 2 or $20 and $5. Maybe you gave them for, like, say, $60, you get all the previous DLC. And that would be, I think that'd be pretty cool if they were to do that. But that's just my opinion. That's just my thoughts. Anyways, that's going to do for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video or any other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. Next time with Odessey, taking a look at new quests, the Mech Hive endgame, and other miscellaneous bits, as the hosts say. And I know that we're going to be doing that instead of me guessing what we're going to be going with. Anyways, until next time, take it easy.